Hey y'all, it's Brandon with Voodoo Forge, and I want to show you a very simple bottle opener design. Now, this is it, and this is really one of the most important projects that I learned when I was beginning blacksmithing. I was taking some classes at the Fiddler's Grove Blacksmith Association in Lebanon, Tennessee, and Danny Parsons showed me. He used 1/8 inch by 1 inch flat stock and just made just the simple bottle opener part of this. And the reason why I say this is one of the most important projects I had learned is I'd learned how to do several things and several different techniques, but this was the first thing that kind of opened me up to the possibilities of adding to something, and that was the handles. So I learned the bottle opener, and then I took that and I started doing different things with the handles. I would do reverse twist, and I would chisel lines in and do twist and do reverse twist, and I was making punches with different shapes and putting different patterns and things on them. And it just really opened doors to me and really got my imagination going as to how I could take one thing that I learned and then make it my own and go from there. It was also the first item I started making that I started selling real well. And that led to this glorious career path I've chosen. But there's not a lot to it. It's very basic, and I want to show you this because I think it's really important for novice smiths and for people who've been doing it for years to get a chance to do something that then they have total control over the end of it. You know, as long as you get the bottle opener part right, you can do whatever you want to with the handle. And that will just making a dozen of those, because if you're just starting out, I know you've got friends who, you know, if you gave them a bottle opener, they'd be tickled. So this will give you a chance to experiment, not using a lot of steel, and this will give you a chance to experiment and see kind of where your flow goes with things. So let's look at this thing real quick. Here's our starting stock. Now this is 3/8 square stock, or 9.5 millimeter if you're a metric fan. And it really doesn't matter. No matter what your starting stock is, it's the same steps to make this thing. We're gonna heat up the end. We're gonna do offset hammer blows, half on, half off, to reduce the end here, and then put our curve in. There's not a whole lot to this. Let's get it warm. Okay, so we're gonna bring this over and put about 1/2 inch, 5/8 on the sharp edge of the anvil. Start doing half blows on and off the anvil. I'll show you the effect of this here in a second. And while this is hot, I'm going to get this narrowed back down. Okay, what these half blows do is it allows you to forge the end thin and leave a lip on your stock here. This is going to take a couple more heats. When you're stock this small and you're just putting the tip on the anvil, it sucks the heat out real quick. So you have to be able to work fast to get as much done as you can in a heat. So we're going to continue thinning this out. We're going to take one more heat, and we're going to really taper this material down so it's at a Whoop, that won't hurt anything there. So it's at a taper like that on the end of this flat material. Got it flipped over this time. Got that tapered down. It looks like I need to readjust my camera real quick, and then we'll put the loop in here. Bring it to the horn. So start her over. You can do this on the edge of the anvil. I just like to use the horn for it. That's it. Right there. You can tweak them around, do them a little bit differently, but I'll show you how this thing works in a minute. Now, just as a bonus, this really has nothing to do with the project. We'll just put a twist in the handle. You can do whatever your imagination tells you to do with the handle. But just a little twist will give it just that amount of character. So here it is, moment of truth time. Let's see if it'll work. Oh yeah, it does what a bottle opener is supposed to do. This is how you go about it. It just catches the bottom of the cap, and you use the cap as your leverage point to pop it off. When I was making these to sell, which I haven't made these to sell in years, but when I was, I would do, you get a free glass bottled Coke or some other kind of glass bottled cold drink that had an actual pop top. There's still several out there. You can hunt them up, but I would do, you get a free one of those when you buy one, and mostly that's so I could show people how to use the bottle opener. A lot of people don't know how to use bottle openers, but like I said, this just opened some doors for me creatively, and hopefully you can take this information and do with it what you will. But just kind of think about it. If you're a new smith, give this a shot. If you've been doing this for a while, try a few, do something crazy with the handles. What is a project that you learned that changed the way you think about blacksmithing or forge work and opened some doors in your mind for you? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I hope y'all got something out of this, and we'll see you next time. Y'all behave yourselves.